if it's going to be a new year or new me, whatever you want to call it, like if nothing changes, nothing changes, right? So if you want change, you have to change. Something has to change. So don't say new year, new me, year after year. And welcome to another episode of Reno's Rants here on the Roughnecks Podcast. Make sure to stay up to date with everything we got going on by signing up for the newsletter that is on roughneckspodcast.com. Sign up for that, stay up to date, and hey, while you're there, go ahead and support us. Grab some merch while it's there. We got a lot of cool stuff from t-shirts to mugs to flags to pretty much anything that you can think of. And I tell you what, use promo code Reno and get yourself 10% off. All right, let's dive into today's rant. And welcome back to another episode of Reno's Rants on the Roughnecks Podcast. You guys know the deal. On today's episode, well, first off, Ohio's doing its thing with its weather. Like it's typical. It can't decide what season it is, because last week there was like a couple days in the 50s. Then this morning I'm slipping on ice, and then now on Christmas I guess it's supposed to be in the 50s as well. Can't figure it out. It's screwing me up. Everybody I know I think is sick, has had the flu of some sort, or man, I don't know. So far, I've dodged it all, but we'll see. During this time, if I hear like anybody getting sick, if I hear like one of my kids getting sick, dude, I'm pumping vitamins like it's my job. Like whatever my normal intake is, I double it. Like I don't even care. Like I'm gonna take the sacrifice on like my liver for me to not get sick. I hate being sick. I cannot stand it. Anyway, back to where we were. On today's episode, it's about that time. It's about that time for the New Year's resolution time. Oh, Lord. And there's just such a big debate going on and blah, blah, blah. You shouldn't set New Year's resolutions. You should just do it today. Blah, blah. Like, yeah, I get that. I get that. Like, you should do it today. But I tell you what, if you setting a date or a goal date gets you to, like, if that's what it's going to take for you to make that, behavioral change or the lifestyle change, or you're going to do X, Y, and Z throughout this year, that's fine. I dig that. Okay. If that's what you need to do is set a future date so you can kind of mentally prepare, so you can get the buildup, so you don't just jump into something so fast that all of a sudden you're drowning. Like, if that's what it takes, go for it. Set that date. And I mean, it just happens to be like a nice day to plan it on. The first day of the year. That's a pretty significant day. I guess it's a whole new number. So if that's what it takes for you to do that, I mean, I'm all for it, honestly. Now, going back to what I was saying, like, should you do it now? Like, yeah, probably. If you think about it enough and you're planning ahead, you should probably start working towards that sooner rather than later. Because I know we all get stuck in those New Year's resolutions. We're so good for 2 weeks and then we fall off, and then, no, I'll do it next month. I'll do it next month on this day. And just be careful, set realistic expectations. That's why if you do need to plan out a little bit, that's okay. Get mentally prepared. I do that with any new clients that I take. I'll be like, all right, when do you want to get started? And they're like, can we start tomorrow? I'll be like, no, you are not starting tomorrow. We're going to start, a week from now, or even 2 weeks from now, because I need you to mentally prepare. I need you to be ready for this. I need you to be all in. You're all in right now in the moment. I need you to set up your surroundings. I need you to truly buy in before you fully commit. I need you to truly buy in, so I know, so I'm not wasting your time, and so that you're not wasting my time. It goes both ways. But when it comes to New Year's resolution, one big thing to do is remember that kind of confident, that exciting feeling that you get, when you say like, this is going to happen. I am going to eat better. I'm going to lose 10 pounds. Or I'm going to work for the next promotion. I'm going to get an A this next semester. Like, remember that feeling and how confident you were about that, because I promise you that feeling is going to go away, and it might go away pretty quick, and you need to revert back to that. Pull that back out. Remember why you're doing this. And that's going to help you get through those first couple weeks. Those first couple weeks suck, whatever it may be. And that first week, you're usually like still on the excited side. So it's not so bad, but then it's like, now you got to do it again. Now you got to do it again. And keeping that motivation can be extremely, extremely hard. That's why remember that excitement, that kind of nervous feeling. Remember that like unsureness, that unknown area. It's a place where you enter. I don't think you realize you enter, but it's that gray area, and it's exciting. It's new, and you're ready for it, and you're willing to accept whatever's on the other side. Keep that in your back pocket. Keep that there and pull it out when you need it. When those mornings are like, I can't get up, or those days at work, you're like, I'll just, I'll skim over it instead of like going through all the details. That's where you need to pull out again. That's where New Year's resolutions and just goals in general, or a new journey, when you start a new journey, that's going to get you to that next level. That's what's going to keep you going and trying. And the one thing I also want to say is don't jump in too fast. I think that's a big issue too. You want to make all these changes all of a sudden. That like you're going to wear yourself out. And I could just from the training side, the personal training side of it all, I see it all the time. Like, okay, I'm cutting this out. I'm dropping my calories to this. I'm going to the gym 4 times a week. I'm going to take all this kind of stuff. It's like, no. Slow way down. Small adjustments is what we need right now. Small little things that you can do, that you can achieve. Those other things are going to add up. Eventually, we can't dive into this too quick. I appreciate your enthusiasm about it. I really do. But hold on a second. These got to be realistic. They've got to be realistic. I know you want to just dive in full speed ahead, but hang on. You got to make sure that you're setting yourself up and not overwhelming yourself, because it's easy to just add that up and add a giant list together, and then you're absolutely going to get lost. Start with something super simple. And make that the goal. Whether that's I'm going to drink 1 gallon of water today, or whether that's I'm going to show up 10 minutes early today, or, I'm going to go stop into my boss's office a couple times a week. Like, make it something very easy and very attainable. And then as you progress on that, now you can start adding a little bit more layers, because now you're comfortable doing that certain thing. So you can start building up and adding to those layers. So that build up phase, this is why I always say, don't jump in so fast. Allow yourself to have that build up stage. And I kind of, like, good analogy of this is like the off season for football, right? When I played, I knew the off season was here. And that off season is the time to get physically ready, mentally ready for the actual date, for the first game, for the first scenario where it's real time now. Allow that to happen. You need some prep time to run through your head, plan things out accordingly, so then you're not scrambled out once you start doing it. Have that build-up phase so you are prepared to go. When it's go time, you're prepared to go, and it's going to be very, very, I don't want to say it's going to be easy for you, but it's going to be a lot easier for you, and you could track your way through it a lot better. So to come all the way back, New Year's resolutions, I don't hate the idea. Again, if that's what it takes, if you need to set a date for that to be your go time, go for it. Do it. I don't hate that idea at all. I don't know why there's so much criticism on New Year's resolutions. Yes, should you make immediate changes? Probably. But if you're one of those people who have, It's not easy to just all of a sudden make the change. But if you need to set that date and mentally prepare, then do it. Then do it. So I have no problem with New Year's resolutions. I have New Year's resolutions of myself. And let's do it, man. 2024 is upon us. And someone said this to me today. Can you believe it's going to be like the 4-year anniversary of COVID? Doesn't that feel like it just happened? Like we were just dealing with all the COVID shit. And now 4 years later, we're like, wait a second. It's been 4 years since that happened. So time goes by fast. If it's going to be a new year or new me, whatever you want to call it, like if nothing changes, nothing changes, right? So if you want change, you have to change. Something has to change. So don't say new year, new me, year after year. All right. That's all I got. I will talk to you guys next time on the Roughnecks Podcast, Reno's Rants. Hey, oh, by the way, go to roughneckspodcast.com. Get yourself some merch. We got discount codes going crazy right now. If you're like me and do last-minute shopping, a great way to secure up a couple things. Go grab some merch. Help support the podcast. Of course, share this out to everybody. Your mother, your grandmother, your father, your aunt, your uncle, your third cousin, and your old neighbor. All right. Until next time.